Another way of saying that is anything that is labeled with a word or described with words is forever empty. It's forever empty of anything. So the label or the description, the word itself, is like a mirage. It's like a hologram. It has no meaning in and of itself. The only meaning and significance it has is what we give it. But even when we give it meaning, it's absent of an independent origin. So the more elaborate our schemes are for describing the reality of what is, the more unlikely it is that we'll really know that. Because you see, awareness, the altogether of aware pure space, has never been made into anything. It's never been made into any kind of system. And so to approach it through systematic structures with a lot of layers that describe a lot of different things about the way we are is to almost always stay lost in the realm of cause and effect and believing that there is cause and effect and believing that everything needs to be made into a system in order to understand it. So when it comes to what we know as human beings, what we know via awareness. Everything we know via awareness. So if we say mindfulness, attention, consciousness, those concepts are known through awareness. And then with each of those concepts, depending on who you're talking to, there are many elaborations of those concepts: mindfulness, consciousness, and attention. So I could talk to one person, they'd say one thing. I talk to another person, they'd say another thing. But it would all be based on conceptualization and analysis. It would all be based on thinking about something in order to give it meaning and significance. What we can say about ourselves as human beings is that we are aware. We are aware. That no one can say, I'm not aware. Everyone is aware. We wouldn't be aware of our natural presence. We wouldn't be aware of our presence if it weren't due to awareness. So awareness is the root of everything. Awareness is the key to everything. And most of us never learn that. So we don't learn this usually when we're young. And then when we do learn it, because we've been accustomed to building elaborate systems to describe everything, then we want to build an elaborate system to describe effortlessness. But you see, effortlessness can't be made into a system. There's nothing in awareness that needs to be integrated, or it's forever unintegrated, it's unmade. And all the appearances within it, as they are it, all the appearances are also unmade. The idea that each appearance somehow is related to other appearances, like that one thought is part of a stream of thoughts throughout one's life that are all connected together, that's just another point of view. That's just an assumption. It's a way to make a system out of appearances. But because all of these thoughts, no matter what they are forever empty awareness, they have no independent nature, you see, there's no way to make anything out of them, really, in the ultimate sense. So to string them together and to say they have meaning is to be lost in that system of assessment and attributing meaning to everything. And this is important to see clearly because the reality of what we are is completely straightforward. And if it's spoken about in a completely unerring way, then the certainty dawns. So we don't really even have to do anything. We already are who we are, and if we just hear about it in the right way, then certainty dawns. It's like, oh, wow, of course, this is who I am. I've always known it. And the certainty becomes more and more obvious. So no need to complicate matters. No need to complicate matters whatsoever. When we first hear about awareness and the certainty about that begins to dawn in us, it can happen very quickly, and it can also happen gradually. It matters not. For some people, once in a great while, it's quick. But for most, progress is made gradually. So this certainty dawns gradually. And with the correct unerring instruction, that certainty can dawn gradually, quickly, swiftly. So, within a short period of time. I'm not talking about decades. Even if progress is being made gradually, so to speak, within a year, there can be tremendous stability in the certainty of awareness. And the way that looks, basically, is that when we first hear about awareness and we hear about resting as awareness, then all of the appearances, our thoughts, emotions, our sensations, our experiences, we're being with those in a new way. Instead of holding to them, we're simply relaxed, and they do whatever they will. They just vanish naturally in and of themselves. They're their own undoing. Like the vanishing of the flight path of a bird in the sky. Nothing needs to be done about any thought that appears. It's just a learned behavior that something has to be done about the thoughts that appear. And that in order to have a calm, peaceful life, we need to make sense out of all these thoughts, emotions, and experiences that appear. But beyond all that labeling is total and complete wisdom and love, like a jewel hidden in the depths of the ocean. So the more simple we make it, the better. The simpler, the better. The more we try to complicate it and add in explanations and descriptions and philosophical assertions and assumptions, then the more we'll be lost in the land of thinking. Thinking, you see, is not required for anything. Really, we're perfectly capable of making decisions and choices without thinking. This is the function of wisdom. The jewel in the depth of the ocean is the jewel that's already in the palm of our hand. It's the jewel of wisdom and love that's super complete in itself, and it doesn't require thinking. It's beyond thinking, beyond labels, beyond all those things that are forever empty of an independent nature. Remember